Hi again guys, welcome back to my beat breakdown series where I explain the sounds I use and how I got those sounds in some of my beats. Today we'll be going over my beat Slow Down, which is kind of an R&B vibe with some lo-fi inspiration. If you're not doing so already, please subscribe to my channel to support the content, and if you like the video, drop me a thumbs up. So before we start, for those of you that aren't following me on Instagram, I post a video of myself jamming on my guitar over these beats twice or 3 times a week. So definitely go check that out. Also, the full beat is on my YouTube channel, so if you want to listen to that before you get into this video, feel free to do so. For this beat, the sounds were very inspired by The Weeknd, Her, Daniel Caesar, A.D. Solomon, and those type of R&B artists. I started off with a pad sound. In fact, this sound is default in Ableton, so anyone can use it. It's called Celestial Pad. I first played it on my MIDI keyboard, and that sounds like this. That sounds a bit flat by itself, not much going on. So I bounced that to audio and transposed the beginning of each chord so that it starts at -24 semitones down and glides up to the right note. That gives it a sort of start tape effect, so that makes it sound pretty old school. I then put some isotope vinyl to add some crackle, some dust, and some warp to it. Put a vinyl distortion on, took out some of the highs with an auto filter, increased it on the stereo field, sidechained it to the kick and to the snare, and EQ'd it like this. So took some of the lows out and then took down the 1K just to leave space for the snare. Eventually that sounds like this. Over that, I then put this kick. I then added a saturator and a tiny bit of reverb to make it sound like this. After that, I put this snare. And I doubled that with this clap. Together with some reverb and a slight boost in the 1000 Hz region, it sounds like this. On every second snare hit, I put a reverse snare, just to lead up to it so it kind of builds up to the snare hit, and that sounds like this. I then add this percussion sound which acts as a hi-hat. With a bit of reverb and a slight boost in the 8K, 9K region, it sounds like this. I put some water drops to act as percussion, that sounds like this. And later on in the beat, I introduced a guiro in every first snare hit with some echo, and that sounds like this. So finally, all the drums together sound like this. With such a simple pad melody, I slightly complexed up the 808 pattern, and that sounds like this. With a saturator and a slight bit of reverb, it sounds like this. So yeah, big difference. Sounds a lot faster, a lot bigger. I then introduced a guitar melody which simply arpeggiates the chords, and that sounds like this. With some reverb, delay, tremolo, a default clean guitar amp patch, and a bit of EQ, that turns into this. Much better in my opinion. In the last few sections of the song, I introduced a very small piano melody that sounds like this. With the guitar and the pad. And finally, to build it up to the conclusion of the song, a single note on a contact pad plugin that sounds like this. And that's all the tracks finalized. Thank you for watching the whole video. I hope you liked it. Drop me a thumbs up if you did. Follow my channel. Follow me on Instagram to stay updated with all my stuff coming out. And I'll conclude the video with a couple of minutes of the whole beat. So kick back and enjoy, guys. See you later.